Hello and welcome back, SEAL community here. Today we got a Shuriman division match for you between Vengeance Esports and Ravenous Kumquats. I just want to quickly run down the roster here for us, and I'm going to pass it off to you here, Dex, for potential lane matchups, what we're going to kind of see this game, and like how they synergize with one another. So on the side of Ravenous. On blue side here, Ravenous Kumquats, we got Roscoe on the Kled. We have the Sejuani jungle, Vigar mid, and in bot lane we see Sivir and Leona. On the side of Vengeance Esports, we see the Mundo top, Zac jungle, more Oriana mid, and in the bot lane we do see the Nautilus and Senna.
Yeah, so this one looks like a great uh, team matchup on both sides. This is the number 3 team versus the number 4 team in the Shuriman division. I think we're going to see a great matchup today, and looks like we've got a lot of front line for these carries. And on the red side, we're seeing the Senna coming in. Looks like a fasting Senna with the melee support. So we're going to see a lot of scaling on both sides. Oriana with the Sivir. So this one's gonna go late, and looking forward to seeing what these two teams have to offer for this third versus fourth place match.
Yeah, super excited to watch these two teams collide here. Without further ado, folks, let's jump right into game and let's talk about potential 1v1 scenarios. So yeah, here Dex, what are your thoughts about the Mundo Kled matchup? What do you think's gonna go down there? Because I know that's gonna be a pretty tankier brawl, and Mundo really wants to scale into the late game here, so you might see a little bit more passive work from him. But what do you expect will the Kled to do in response to this?
Yeah, I think Kled's going to look to build an advantage off of this Mundo. Mundo's a great pick against the Vigar. It's going to be able to stand up really that mage in the mid lane. But otherwise, I think the Kled is really going to be looking for blood on this Mundo, sees him as a way to heal life, get some high damage numbers. So we'll have to see how things go. Obviously, this is not a one-sided matchup. It could go either way, especially if the Mundo is able to, get the poke down or help from Sapper Squad in the jungle. Because that Zac's going to be able to jump into the fight without Kled ever even realizing until the last or so. Uh, Definitely a possibility for Mundo and the Zac to get some kills against this top laner, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what these jungles are prioritizing and who they're prioritizing, and we'll see how these lane matchups go.
Yeah.
That I believe that the Leona is going to be on to that. The Nautilus may have a little harder time with the spell shield and the fact that she has the ability to farm right in the minion wave.
Yeah, that should be an interesting matchup as well. We do see two tankier junglers coming out from both sides of the team here. What's their jungle paths gonna look like?
Yeah, so on the blue side, I think that the Sejuani would really want to try to prioritize top and mid. But as you can see, Zac right here, looking for a bot lane gank would be perfect timing. And onto the Sivir's flash away.
Ooh, nice level 2 Zac engage there. Does flash before the E actually lands, so it doesn't get her knocked up. That's going to be super safe for the Sivir here. And really well done on Ravenous Kumquats.
Yeah, getting Sivir's early flash and another gank mid lane.
Oh yeah, we might see the cage does land onto the Oriana there. They are going to try and keep it down, keep the CC going. It's going to chunk her out heavily in this lane matchup, and really good gank from Sejuani as well.
Yeah,
Top lane, you're going to see some like nice trading back and forth top lane. they're going to be pretty low here, so I'm not sure where the junglers are going to go next, but they're definitely going to be the ones to watch because wherever they go, that's where the action's going to be.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of early ganks in this game. And as the Leona engages onto Senna, this could be a
getting
lot of damage.
nice pick there. Leona is just going to be 1v1ing the Senna, does get the ignite off, the flash out from the Senna there. Is she going to be able to land the E? The flash from the Nautilus as well, going to be stunning her down. There goes the E onto Leona. First blood going over to Leona, and then immediate response back with the Nautilus kill onto the Leona. So Leona kills Senna, but Nautilus gets the Leona kill, I believe, because he was the last one to auto attack her underneath the tower.
Yeah, that was a great play by the Leona. Just once again, seeing how much damage that a level 2, level 3 Leona can do, especially with Ignite. Popping the 80 carry puts the 80 carry to where he can't farm anymore, doesn't get XP, so Sivir was golden XP before this back, giving the blue side a small bot lane advantage.
Yeah, get that first blood gold is also really nice for a laner as well. You see Kled going in onto Mundo. He's just going to be flashing that, keeping it safe. Probably backing after here and then TPing possibly back to lane. You see the Zac engage, flash wave with the Vigar. And that's going to be a safe Vigar. Going to be just going to be trying to push it down so he can do a reset as well. And then back to farming where everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah, so both sides, bot lane, no summoners, mid lane, no flash on both sides. These junglers are in these laner spaces right now, so we're seeing a lot of action.
I agree here. And now let's talk about objectives here. We do see the Mountain Dragon going to be spawning in for us first. Who do you think favors on getting it? You do see bot lane is heavily pushed in, so they'll probably have better priority. But if the side of Vengeance Esports gets a pick, then it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, I think Vengeance Esports going to be a little hesitant to start this dragon up just because bot lane has had priority for most of this game. But as you see, Cyber Squad spotted on a ward there, so no, there's no way that the blue team's going to get too aggressive with Zac standing in the bush.
We do see the Sejuani on our minimap. They're actually just going to solo the dragon herself, knowing that the bot lane is going to be pushing up again, and they will be able to rotate to help her out. But Nautilus is trying to push them away to deter them from the big push.
Yeah, that was a high-value ward right there, because since they were able to spot the jungler backing, it was safe to start the dragon uncontested here. And it's going to be a free dragon, mountain dragon, for the Kumquats.
Yeah, very nice. And the beautiful Nautilus hook from downtown. I wasn't think that was going to land at first, but it actually does. It is going to get the stun off onto the Leona. Sejuani is here for a potential counter engage as well. But a very beautiful Nautilus up there, like really punishing out the hyper-aggressive Sivir. And Sivir not fast enough to really get the spell shield off to negate it as well.
Yeah, and farm looks pretty even across the board. The Nautilus able to keep up with the Sivir for the most part here. We'll have to see how it continues to play out. But the only disparity I see right now is jungle-wise. Sejuani seems to have a pretty significant lead of 10 farm. Look, approaching level 6 here.
Yeah, you do see the Zac clearing out that top scuttle, trying to get some objective control for the Shelly as well. Nautilus looking for an engage, doesn't quite land on the Leona there. They're gonna have to reset because they're really low on mana and health.
Yep, and Sejuani's level 6, looking with that ultimate, gives her a lot of ganking power. Here it is. Engage.
Yeah, here goes the flash in the ultimate, like you said, from downtown, going on to the Orianna, but they re-engage from the Zac at the 2-man ultimate from Orianna is going to try and blow her up with the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough damage. There's Zac. He's doing great.
Yeah,
great engage and good read on the side of Vengeance Esports. Really seeing and keeping that jungler knowledge, knowing where she is, and being able to contest her as well.
Yeah, great plays by both sides. Both sides getting out, being able to live. The counter engage there from Zach is definitely what kept the Orianna alive. I don't know if the command shockwave would have been enough to dispel that gank attempt, but it seemed very close, and the timing from Sapper Squad on Zach, just impeccable there.
Yeah, and you do see a lane swap actually. So from the bot lane goes top lane, and I think it's all about objective control this game for this side of Ravenous Kumquats, because when they're going for dragons, bot lane's bot, obviously. But when they're going for the Shelly here, you see them actually roam and switch lanes and gonna just secure another major objective for their own team there. Running really low on this Sejuani, might actually fall to the Shelly. No, she doesn't, but she is really low, so she's gonna have to escape. Hopefully no one picks her off there. And Kled being bot lane, just gonna be securing any objective, trying to stop them from taking turret plates, keeping them off wave here. And I really like what they did with that team. Can you talk about just the objective control and how important it is for Ravenous Kumquats?
Yeah, after that first early dragon, it looks like Ravenous Kumquats has prioritized some extra objective control, getting them out of the bot lane, but we have an engagement.
Whoa!
Flash
Nice
away.
E over from the Zac onto the Vigar with the Orianna ult as well here. And the ultimate coming out from Nautilus. The Kled doesn't really have the damage here and does fall to the Senna.
Great series of plays by both teams here. That Senna damage really coming in clutch. Just pretty top off of the Kled, giving him no chance to survive that series of spells.
Yeah, and yeah, so now things are a little bit different. You get the gold advantage over for Vengeance Esports. They're gonna looking for more picks now. This Senna scales really well into the late game with the Mundo, and having those additional kills on her as well with those turret plates advantage as well is gonna be really nice for Vengeance.
Yeah, so the lane swap actually ended up giving a massive advantage for the bot lane of the red team, and it looks like maybe wasn't 100% worth. We'll have to see what they do with the Rift Herald and see what type of advantage that will give. But looking like right now, Senna is feeling very comfortable with this, how things have unfolded in the last couple minutes. So we'll have to see who goes to this dragon. It's going to be a late back timing for the Sejuani player, as dragon is spawning in the next 20 seconds. So we'll have to see who shows up for this one and who wants it more.
Yeah, and you see once again the lane swap. Now the Sivir's bot lane, and actually has the Shelly in her own pocket there. That really just doubles down with the amount of pressure that they can get here. But they engage onto Leona from the Zac. Massive damage going out. Sivir ultimate going in. Zac landing an EQ combo there. Getting the Q to make them come a little bit closer, letting the Nautilus go on to the Sivir there. And it's really hard for Sivir to run away from the Nautilus. Getting that ignite off. She is going to live. No, she is not. Nautilus is going to be flashing over the wall. Is going to take that out. And a huge win on Vengeance here. Going in and now going to be getting the Cloud Drain.
Yeah, truly a case of just better back timings. We saw that bot lane was able to pick up the kill on the Kled and then get a good back off to be there in time for the dragon start, and that forced an uneven number advantage for the red team. So we saw what happened when there's more of us than you an objective.
Yeah, and you do see an engage going in onto Senna here. Is there anything going to come of it? It's going to be a flash away from the Senna. The Nautilus is going to be in a little bit of danger, but wowee! Are they putting it right back into Leona's face? Almost taking her life with it as well. Zac's taking turret aggro. They are going to try and stop the Sivir from getting the Zac passive. And the strength that bot lane has had now is completely different than what we saw in the early game stages.
Yeah. Yeah, and so now it looks like the Rift may not even make it to the tower, and then engage on Sivir.
Oh, another engage going down. Is going to be some more
on
damage. Very close. Oh, no. Yeah, that's unlucky. In situations like that, folks, there's actually a thing that you can do in your game is where you can hold down a button and actually it only selects champions, and so stuff like that won't get away from you.
Yeah, it's hard though.
Yeah, and but still big win on the side of Vengeance here. You really see them capitalizing on just staying secure in their lanes. The early game aggression coming out from the Ravenous Kumquats was super heavy, but with a couple lane swaps there and a couple good picks on the side of Vengeance, has completely changed the whole game in a sense, and the tides have really turned.
Yeah, this bot lane for Vengeance Esports has really come online. There's no question now that they're the ones in the driver's seat. This Sivir, while she'll be able to take some serious wave control, is not going to have the damage in this matchup anymore for the time being.
Yeah, so next we do have Ocean Soul, and now the truly powerful person that I don't want to see it, but also do want to see get Ocean Soul is Mundo, because Mundo with Ocean Soul is an unkillable being.
Yeah, we have level leads across the boards for Vengeance. Level 10 Mundo, matching level 11 Ori to the Vigar. We've got a level lead level 9 and level 8 bot lane 7s. So we got some major level leads that are definitely going to impact this next fight and the next dragon fight.
And so now that the Ravenous Kumquats are falling a little bit behind, what do you think they're gonna have as a game plan to really change the course of this game?
Yeah, so I think they need to still stick with the strategy of the 1-4 and look to build up a lead for the Kled against the Mundo. Right now we're seeing Sejuani prioritize bot lane, and Dragon spawns in a few more minutes, probably 3 minutes.
Yeah, so and the Nautilus, not being the support this game, and well, for fasting Senna here is gonna have a lot more tanky in bulk that you would normally see from a Nautilus that would typically have gone more support type items here. And Mundo actually have to flash away from the Kled
Yeah, Kled
engage.
almost
Is
made
running really low, actually.
Yeah, Kled almost had him. The quick flashes, they exchanged flashes, one auto, and the Mundo would have been dead. But close call, and now we're onto the Leona. We've got her.
Yeah,
pick.
they're gonna got a nice pick here. I think that's gonna be a nice cleanup. Zax over the wall is gonna be getting her with the E. Does get her with the Q there as well, ending Leona's life. And the Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds, so they're gonna have that player's advantage, doing massive damage onto Sivir. She's gonna have to back. This is gonna be a Dragon definitely going over to the side of Vengeance.
Yeah, just a couple more minutes on the Dragon, and looks like we've already got Vengeance grouping towards the bot side. Looking to take this tower and get the first blood tower and follow that up into a mountain drake?
Ocean. So there they go. They're going on to the Dragon. I believe top turret also fell there as well. So Mundo doesn't have a turret. Bot lane doesn't have a turret. But Dragon is going on the side of Vengeance Esports. And as the clock keeps ticking away, the scaling comps get scarier.
A fight in the top river.
Yeah, we're seeing the engage from the Leona, engage from the Sejuani. They are going to be collapsing down onto the Nautilus. Do get the nice shutdown gold onto them as well, going over to Vigar. Kled is also going to be ulting in. And great pick. Good pick for them. And excellent read.
Yeah, great play. Great way to be in the area for the Kumquats. That was a juicy Vigar ult. Did some massive damage, and picking up the shutdown is going to make him feel a lot better about where he stands in this game.
Yeah, especially that going on to a carry, and insult to injury before all of that was when they got the Shelly, and now they have the Shelly possibly proc to crack open another turret for them. And now we see mid lane, some traditional trading. The Sivir and Leona are now mid. And you see the Vigar actually going to be safely stewing his stacks in the bot lane here. Really keeping him safe, and I really like what Kumquats are doing, seeing like, okay, this is going to be a scaling game. Get our scaling champ into a side lane, get him some levels, get him farming up, and then we'll re-engage possibly into the mid. Now
Yeah, and the level leads have been recovered. We're seeing Kumquats, because of all the ganks we've seen from Zach, we're seeing the enemy jungler Sejuani at level 11 now, and slowly building up a bigger lead. The Kumquats are not out of this one just yet. Just mostly for the side of Vengeance. We'll have to see how this continues to play out.
Yeah, so nice nice damage out from Sivir. Sivir can be really impactful late game as well. She does a lot of damage into the late game. And I'm not too familiar with how well Kled works into late game, but I know it's not going to be as strong as the Mundo.
We've got four people group mid summoning the Rift Herald.
Yeah, so they're going to be trying to crack open a turret, trying to get some extra gold, and keeping them in this game. It's a really close, this game, actually. You do see the Sivir ultimate going down. They're going to be focusing down on the Nautilus. The Leona is going to be really doing some CC chaining onto her as well. The TP going down. There's the Kled. They get the Vigar with the Zac. They're going to be picking up the Nautilus as well. Flash out from Sivir. They're going to be going in on to Kled. But the Sivir can't really run into it herself, so they're going to have to re-engage and see if they can find someone else in this fight. So that was a 1-for-1 trade. The pseudo ADC for the mid laner. And now they're just going to be doing another disengage here. Oh, flash in from the Senna, doing some nice damage, getting a double stun off as well. Here comes the Orianna ulti. She does take out the Sivir. There is the Zac. Is he going to be able to pick up the Kled? The Ori does go in. Mundo with the nice Q cleaver going to end the Kled's life. And not a 1-for-1 anymore, folks. They just got 2 additional kills, getting the Sivir, getting the Kled, major carries out of the fight.
Yeah, major turn of events there for Vengeance Esports.
Oh, they're going to be re-engaging onto the Orianna. The Vigar is going to do some nice damage. Down goes the Orianna, but that will be her life as well. They're going to be picking her up as they go. Mundo getting yet another kill. And Senna actually lives in that. Almost falls to the Vigar damage, but you're going to see a nice reset. Everyone's going to have a fresh state of mind as the Dragon's going to be spawning in about 54 seconds.
Yeah, everyone needs to back for this one. It's pretty important because this is one away from being sole point. The Kumquats really need to step up here and make sure that they don't put themselves in a situation where this is sole point already in this game. They have the scaling advantage, so they just need to hold out and try to make it to 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and see how they're around that time. Because I really feel like the Kumquats, if they can make it to that point and get Sivir to 4 items, get Vigar stacked up, then they're going to be sitting in a much better position than they are right this second. Looking at a
yeah, and you do see. Oh yeah, for sure. Now you do see that Sejuani was clearing a ward on by the Baron, and they chunked this down really quickly. Actually, big damage from the Senna, big damage from the Orianna. They do take a turret from the mid lane, but they are on sole point now.
And believe it or not, the gold is about even. We have this massive kill lead, but the gold lead is even as it stands right now. We obviously have a dragon lead in the favor of Vengeance Esports.
Yeah, so what do you think is going to be happening in the next points of this game? What does both teams have to do to secure the victory? It's been so even, so back and forth that anyone can really win a team fight. But with Vengeance being on sole point, how does that change this game?
Yeah, as the current game state, as it stands, as
Whoa.
we see the Senna get popped by the Vigar. The current game state, as I'm seeing it, looks like really the Kumquats have just a couple options. They're limited to their options right now. We've got an 0-2 Kled, who hasn't really been able to get anything going against this Mundo. We do have top tower down, but not in the best standing for the split push. So I think what we're going to see is Zach and Mundo and Nautilus all looking to try to get on this Vigar, who's sitting at 1-1, level 14. He is the person to take down in these team fights first, if it's possible. So what I'm looking to see is a Zach engage onto this Vigar. Not even be worried too much about the Sivir right this second. Get this Vigar down and then win the rest of the team fight.
Yeah, I agree there. And what do you think that that Ravenous Kumquats have to do in team fights to really come out on top?
Yeah, Ravenous Kumquats need to be 5 together right now. And that was a great play.
Yeah, we're getting it nice. Oh, there goes the Senna from the Vigar, but they're not going to just go down without a fight. They do take the Vigar out. Sivir is around the corner there. A fight going down bot lane. Good trade on both teams here.
Yeah, so I think Kumquats are going to be best for right this 5 because the Kled doesn't have an effective split push right now against the Mundo. So just looking for numbers advantages and taking fights. But as we're seeing it play out, looks like Kled's building up his farm and continuing to get more for him.
They're going to be really fast going into team fights with the Kled ultimate and Sivir ultimate. It's almost impossible if they find a pick that to run away from. There's just no running away from this team.
Yeah, and TP is back up for Kled, so now as he sits here bot, he can always TP to the team, but Mundo as well has his TP up, so it will be matched. Double TPs on the side of Kumquats, so we could be looking at some kind of map rotation play here in the next couple minutes. A TP played so that Kled can make it in, or even the Vigar could make it somewhere on the map. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, and the next couple fights are really going to dictate heavily on who's going to be coming out on top, and if we're going to be seeing an Elder sooner or later, because having Soul Point is big in this fights, and you do see Kled doing some nice damage, actually getting Mundo's flash here. That's going to be a huge factor, because Mundo was not going to be able to get that that roam advantage to get down to the backline like he normally does without his flash.
Yeah, so we're seeing Kled build up some small advantages for himself in the side lane, which is going to be a great thing for the Kumquats. And as we see them moving slowly and quietly into jungle, maybe looking to set up a pick here, we'll have to see how it works out for them.
There's the Leona, and then they're going to be going on an immediate engage there. I really like what they did with that almost like the bait and switch is what I'm going to call it here. They had the Nautilus, they had the Zac in the backline, and then they sent the 2 squishies up front, so they had more security, thinking that they were going to be able to engage, get a nice read on them. But then the immediate response from the Nautilus and Zac engage is just too much to handle.
Right, yeah, and Sapper Squad, he's gonna have to be thinking about different angles to get on top of this Vigar, because if he's jumping on anyone besides the Vigar, he may not be hitting the right target. But we'll have to see, because this Vigar has been stopping his engages almost every single time he's been around. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But here's the engage.
Okay, here we go. There's the ultimate coming up from Sejuani. There is Zac in the backline, like you said before. There's going to be the Kled going on to the Senna. He is going to be dismounted. There goes Sejuani. Leona has joined the fight. She's going to be ulting down onto the Senna here. There are going to be picking up the kills. There are 2 tanky. The Mundo is just protecting his backline, making sure that Leona cannot kill the Senna there. We do have the Sivir taking out the Nautilus. The front line of Ravenous Kumquats are going to be coming out hot, saving out the Sivir, getting a shot. The Zac there. Mundo is going to be coming in. They're going to be trying to stop the Orianna, but then the Cled's going to try and save her, but it's going to be too late. The Orianna is so low. Are they going to be able to pick her up? They do pick it up. The Senna's still alive, and the Mundo is so tanky. They have a Senna right behind him. He gets dismounted. He is going to be going on to the Senna, but does fall as well.
Yeah, big kills in that team fight. Picked up for high value members. Ori sitting at 4-2 fight. Senna picking up an extra kill. The carries are very much online for Vengeance Esports, and I think with this Ocean Dragon Soul, they're going to be looking to close this one out.
Yeah, so that gives them soul. And oh boy, is that Mundo gonna live forever. He's almost level 16. That means a max range ulti. He has the Ocean Soul now, so he is really scary, and I don't know what Ravenous Kumquats can do to stop it.
Yeah, I think what Kumquats should be looking for is a 5v engage front to back, and the Vygar just making sure to stand inside of his prison so the Zac can't jump on. Be fine with the spell shield, but the way it stands now, we're looking at a 2,000 gold lead with 3 dragons and a dragon soul. So it's going to give a slight advantage to Vengeance Esports in any fight moving forward. So I think the Kumquats are just looking for that perfect engage on somebody like the Orianna. If they can get on the Senna, that's great too. But they're looking to just explode one of these carries to start the fight.
Yeah, you do see them taking out the Baron. They saw the Leona, the Sivir on the bot lane, and they have all 5 members up here to really contest for the Baron. Them having Baron, them having the soul point, they're going to be re-engaging onto the Vygar, potentially even getting another pick here. He's in danger. I don't think he can really run away from the Zac. He will try to persuade them to not do anything, but he does fall down to the Senna here. It's going to be so hard to fight this team. They have to really turtle. They really have to respond back in such a way that they almost have to win by not interacting with the other enemy team.
Yeah, and what Vengeance Esports has done so well this game is move together as a team. They've stayed as 5 or as 4 for the majority of this game, and Mundo has not been in the side lane. Mundo, for the most part, has been with the team, especially at these objectives. And as we saw there at the Baron Pit, we had a lazy Team Kumquats slowly making their way to Baron, and it just wasn't enough to dissuade Vengeance Esports from not only securing their first inhib of the game.
Yeah, well, they did respond back with another inhibitor, and then you're going to see the Sejuani probably going to be trying to siphon away the minions, but does have to go back to the base there. Wombo combo coming out from the Zac, coming out from the Orianna, taking out that Vygar there. You do see the Gid engage from the Leona there, but they are going to be fighting it out. Sejuani is going to be going onto the Senna. Senna's going to lift Ocean Soul, keeping her alive, but she does get stunned down here. Mundo was never in that fight. Triple kill going over to Sivir, but Mundo was not in that fight here. And that's the engage that you really need to see from Ravenous Kumquats. That's the kind of fight and the kind of show that you really want as at this point of the game.
Yeah, that looked great. It was an overstay, plain and simple, by Vengeance Esports. And once Kumquats had the numbers, the Kled pressed R, and the rest of the team rode Skarl into victory and mopped up that team fight to put them back in the game here. We'll have to see what they make of this newfound gold, and still the gold lead only around 1,500. So teams are sitting a-okay.
Yeah, and you're probably just going to see a nice reset for everything, because right now, what Ravenous Kumquats really need to do is get Elder. I think that's their win clause there. I think they need the Elder to win here. But on the same time, Vengeance are going to keep looking for picks and keep looking for inhibitors.
Yeah, this Mundo probably will not die the rest of the game, so he's pretty much free to go where he likes, go where he pleases.
Yes, Mundo go where he pleases.
Let's see where he goes. Right now, he's just preferring to stay grouped with the team. as he did miss the last team fight.
Engage going in onto Zach. Gonna try and pick off the Leona here. And they do have the cage out from the Vigor, getting them in that choke point, making sure that they can't really engage as well. Great Vigor E there, really just setting the tone, saying that they're not going to be joining the fight and keeping his team alive.
That was a great location. Unfortunately, he's gonna have to continue to be that precise every time with those. It's going to be a big part of countering the engage from Vengeance Esports is the Vigar wall. So we'll have to see how he makes use of it and see how effective it is in quelling these engages from Vengeance Esports.
Yeah, nice damage out to Leona. Leona's actually landing down the hook there. Leona's in danger. Down goes Leona to Oriana. Sejuani going in. The Zach going in with a nice ultimate from the Sejuani there. Zach passive is up. Double kill going over to Oriana. Vigor's looking for blood. Does take out the Ori with his own ultimate. Cled's going to be remounting. He's still alive. Scarl is back into the fight there. And Siver's just doing massive damage to the back lines. Vigor getting another kill. Huge kill coming out from the... Vigor and Sivir there, but I'm not sure if they can kill Mundo. They are certainly going to try, but he's able to really walk away. He has the proc from the Ocean Soul. They have to go back to base to stop those supers from ending or taking another turret, and a big win on the side of Ravenous Kumquats. Those are the fights, like you were saying, are going to be really important, and Elder is spawning. Now is the time to really contest it and really stop it. They just got to get these minions out of there and go there immediately, because all the members of Vengeance Esports are just respawning now, so they could have a potential hold on to the Elder here. But Vigor does have to back, and they're going to have to look for another great fight like they just had. And it's going to be another close one there.
And now we see a 4-item Sivir here that stepped into the game, and yeah, I think this is anyone's game right now. There's definitely some advantages for Vengeance Esports, but when I see 4 items on the Sivir, I know what that can do, and but we'll have to see, because it looks like they have priority on the Dragon Pit right now.
Yeah, they weren't able to really get the backline like they did before, and now they immediately are going to be blowing up the Vigor. That's going to change the whole course of this game here. And now they take out the Clit in the front lines. They're going to keep moving forward, going to try and grab that Leona who's on the back line. Does take out the Leona. Zach does fall to the Sivir here. Sivir's going to be falling shortly after. Now it's just Sejuani against the world. It's not going to be enough. Too much damage coming out on the side of Vengeance Esports. Oriana TPing to the top side, getting the super minions into the base. TP coming out from Mundo, going over to the top side, and now they're going to be looking to end the game.
GG Vengeance Esports. What a clean game. They from a early deficit and taking control of the game for the whole remainder.
Inhibitor trolling them a little bit, has respawned, and now they will end the game. Now, great game, really well played. Vengeance Esports, these two teams are really close in skill matchup here, and it really comes down to the objective control from one team to another, and Vengeance Esports came on top this game with a hyper-scaling late-game team comp with the Mundo, and on top of that, rolling the Ocean Soul, which was also huge.
Yeah, major win there. Great team coordination. Like I was saying earlier in the game, the fact that Vengeance Esports had the man advantage almost at every objective really gave them the leg up. And I mean, as we saw, the Vigor was farming the supers top and had to take a TP that maybe wasn't the best spot to his death, and unfortunately, because of the lack of positioning around that final Elder Dragon, it was Vengeance Esports who won the fight and ended the game off of that final fight we saw. So, congratulations to both teams. It was a great, hard-fought game, and yeah, can't excited to see game 2 from these teams.
Yeah, super excited. And on a final note here, what would you say the MVP and ace of the game?
Yeah, so that is a tough one. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know. How about you start? Which one?
Yeah. Like you said, this is really hard because a lot of Vengeance Esports here had really good reads, and but like the Mundo was tanky, but I'm gonna give it to Oriana actually because multiple times did we watch in multiple team fights where she just landed really beautiful ultimates, getting on multiple members of the team and really securing the damage out for, say, the Senna to follow up, and then the Mundo, and then the Alice just to tank around. She did massive damage this game, so my MVP would probably be going over to the Oriana. My ace, on the other hand, might go over to the Sivir. She had a really great laning phase, and overall throughout the whole game, she had really great positioning in team fights and made it really impossible for the enemy team to, even though they had really good engages, almost impossible to get at her. And she did major damage again, was really hot this game.
Yeah. So I think my ace would have been the Sejuani for a lot of the early plays and early ganks and the initiative. The objective control from Sedge was pretty spot on, and definitely was holding it down for the Kumquats. My MVP, I think I have to give the MVP to Nautilus for winning lane and farming so well with the Senna, and really putting the team on his back, tanking and picking up those early kills, squashing any bot lane resistance at the very beginning of the game. And we saw Sivir snowball and get ahead towards the mid to late game. But that was not the case at the start of the game, where we saw the Vengeance Esports pretty much dominating that early laning phase. So I think I'd give it to the Nautilus player.
Yeah, I agree with you as well there. Great game. And stay tuned, folks, because we're going to go into round 2 between Ravenous Kumquats and Vengeance Esports. Hello and welcome back, folks, to our final game of the day between Ravenous Kumquats and Vengeance Esports. It's going to be a really fun one, and I'm going to quickly introduce the roster of the both teams here. So on the blue side, Vengeance Esports, we see the Mundo top, Trundle jungle, Lissandra mid, Zaya and Thresh bot, and on the side of Ravenous Kumquats, we see the Kled top. You see the Jarvan the fourth, the in jungle. You see Vigar in the mid lane, and then bot lane we see the Sivir and Leona. Dex, what do you feel about this, and how do you think these two teams are going to collide?
Yeah, so these are great team comps. For the Kumquats, it looks like it's a little bit matching of the last composition we saw where we've got scaling mid, scaling ADC. A little difference in the jungle matchup here. We've got a Jarvan who's going to be looking for that early aggression. So what I'm seeing is we've got a split push top in the Kled. If Jarvan goes top to help him out a little bit against this Mundo, give him a little lead, he could be putting out a lot of pressure and a lot of give headaches to the blue team, to Vengeance Esports. So what I'm seeing is it looks like once again Kumquats are going to want to sit back a little bit, scale up, look for those early ganks if possible, for Jarvan to be there early, different looking at top and mid. But Sivir, Leona, probably just going to be looking to scale up, play safe, use the spell shield on the Sivir pullback or even the Sivir Q. So plenty of mana for Sivir to soak up, dodging those Thresh hooks. But yeah, a lot of CC on the Esports. Rocket the Lissandra mid, which is a great engage tool, and especially like someone against Vigar, who the Lissandra is going to be able to use her Frost Claw to escape from the clutches of that prison, or also engage into the center against the Vigar. So we could see it either go two ways, whether the Lissandra is escaping or trying to get on top of that Vigar and root him up and lock him up so the rest of the team can get in there and take him down. So I think a great composition coming from Vengeance Esports here to CC and kite and also take down any tanks that may show itself against this Trundle. And then, like we saw last game with this Mundo pick, whether he was top at the Dragon, any of these objectives, slowing people, poking people out, slowing people down, being a general nuisance on the map. This Kumquats team. So I'm excited for this one. We'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully this Jarvan can get some advantages built up in some of these scaling lanes, but we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, I completely agree. Really excited for this match. And without further ado, folks, let's jump right into it and see these two teams collide. So we're gonna probably, I think, what we should be really looking out for this game are definitely the junglers here. What are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, so I think the Trundle is gonna, he has a presence early with the pillar. He can definitely be effective with that slow, especially if a lane is pushed up.
30
But
seconds
for the
until
for the
minions
most
spawn.
part, we'll see the Trundle be looking to frontline and soak any kind of engages, and also taking away those resistances from someone like Leona or the Jarvan if he goes tank. So we'll just have to see how the itemization goes. But what I'm thinking is we've got a pretty good front line for both teams, and it's going to be really up to these carries to put out the damage
Minions have spawned.
for the game.
Yeah, you do see the traditional 5 points. A little bit of a dance off happening in the mid lane here. Very fun, very interactive. These two teams really respecting one another and going back to their laning phases now.
There's
You,
definitely an opportunity for Vengeance Esports to get a lead in bot lane and transition that lead into some dragon control. So I would be looking for Trundle to to look bot side for any potential ganks, and I would say the opposite of Jarvan. He's going to be looking top side. And as you can see, the jungler places on the map for that to happen. So we'll have to see if we get the ganks on opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, you're gonna see the jungle actually doing a solo clear here, going from the wolves over to the blue buff, and then probably into the Grump. So Colette's gonna have to put down a ward, making sure that the Trundle is not gonna get any early cheese off on him. And Jarvan, yeah, Jarvan doing the 2 major buffs initially first. Probably a good call on him, just seeing if the Trundle's going to be doing a counter gank, which is happening actually. Trundle is in the red side jungle, does force the Jarvan off of the red buff, and I think he's going to take it.
Yeah, the Trundle has pressed the attack, which would give him an advantage level 2 against Conquer. Conquer on Jarvan's pretty good in the 1v1.
Yeah, Jarvan immediately responding to this, going over to his red side, the enemy's red side jungle there. Going to be probably getting some raptors into the possible red buff, into a gank, hopefully bot lane. Trundle is going to be pretty an alarming force if he can get all of these camps and really do this freely without getting any counter engage onto him. We're going to see traditional trades going in bot lane. What are your thoughts on this matchup here? The Xayah Thresh into the Sivir Leona.
Laner push the jungler out of the river, but yeah. So with this matchup, we're gonna have a slight issue with the damage comparison of Sivir into Xayah here. So it's gonna be really based on if the Sivir pull back on the feathers, because that's going to be a big damage swing as long as Sivir can get the spell shield off in time. If Sivir is not able to get the spell shield off in time or has used it previously, it's going to be it's going to look like she just got hit by a
And now you were saying, oh, wait a second. We have an engage going in onto the Leona here. Trundle Peeler going out, massive damage out coming from the Xayah. First blood going over to Trundle.
Yeah, great gank. I figured that Trundle would want to prioritize bot side like that, and came true. And now we have a kill onto him and a little pressure advantage for the Vengeance Esports bot lane.
Yeah, you do see the Jarvan really low. Gonna go back here, and then the constant pressure coming out from the Xayah Thresh. Doing like you were saying before, it's all gonna be around that spell shield here. And really, like, it shows that they're saying, okay, we can't really catch the Sivir right now. She has spell shield up, so let's just grab the Leona really quick.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great play by the Thresh to hook the Leona in and not let her get away. He's actually had a couple really good plays. One where he leveled up right when he hit level 2. He immediately flayed and cost the Leona a significant part of her health bar because of that play. And as you can see,
yeah. Oh, there it goes again. There's a nice engage from the Thresh. But they do have the Trundle. They're watching the potential from the Jarvan. Nice Trundle pillar, really pulling her back. The exhaust going out onto the Sivir here, doubling down on this bot lane, getting a beautiful hook. Oh my word! Wow, this Thresh is on fire. He is really just taking in his inner mad life scenario and just going hot with these nice hooks after play after play after play. Beautiful play.
Yeah, exactly what Vengeance Esports needed in the bot lane is a couple kills and a dragon to start this game off. Everything's looking great on the side of this Xayah taking over bot lane and controlling it, and like we said from the beginning, converting it into objectives.
Yeah, so they do pick up the first early drag there. That's going to be a mountain dragon, and the ocean drag will be spawning in about 5 minutes here. So overall, great laning phase going out on the side of Vengeance, and really powerful performance on them.
Yeah, definitely. And this Trundle has been all over the bot side of the map, continuing to take camps from this Jarvan. Right now, he's at his blue, so we'll have to see if this is a clean steal. And looks like he might hand it over to this Lissandra. So great team effort here for Vengeance Esports, taking this blue, taking control of this game at 7 minutes. Already surpassed 1,000 gold lead. So I'm looking forward to more of these plays coming in from Vengeance Esports, these spicy plays.
Yeah, you do see the nice, just like the Trundle performance this game has been incredible. Going in for constant gigs, it's really good to see Sapper Squad on a champion that can do that, and has really changed the whole laning phase for his team as well. Last game, you saw the Sivir and the Leona really bullying down on the bot lane, but this game is completely different. The incredible hook from the Thresh again, landing onto Leona, going in, getting the play as well. But
Yeah,
great damage coming out from Sivir here too.
yeah, and Vengeance Esports is happy with this freeze, putting the Kumquats at a risky situation right now. These are risky trades, but looks like it might pay off for them a little bit.
They do get the ignite off, but they do immediately healed. They do have the damage from the Xayah. They are all really low. Here comes the ultimate, dodging the Leona E. Recalling the feathers and taking out the Leona.
Yeah, great flash away by the Sivir, but they really stuck around too long. I felt like they had won a trade and then lost the trade.
Yeah, really back and forth. The Sever's positioning in these trades are going to be very vital in the dictation of where they're going to be in succession. If they're going to be able to kill it, if they're not going to be able to kill it, because when Sever was playing back, she was able to do a ton of damage with staying relatively healthy. But as soon as she stepped too far forward, the Thresh came up, was able to play her back too, and massive damage coming out on their side. Kled going to be ulting down onto the Mundo, going to be trying to secure the Shelly here, but the Jarvan's going to fall down to the Trundle. Mundo is going to be going on to the Vigar. Vigar flashing away here. Great play. Great play by Vengeance, and a really good early game performance by them as well.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a great game, and a game that's Vengeance Esports jungler really taking control of this map, taking control of these objectives, and he's definitely had some help with the bot lane. That's we're seeing them fight now. But this wave totally frozen right here is presenting a huge problem and causing the risk quite a bit to just to farm.
Yeah. Well, we haven't really been talking a lot about top side here. We saw this matchup before. It's going to be a lot of trading, a lot of back and forth. CasualEAL does win the duels relatively well for like the early, mid, but then slowly kind of falls off late game. We're going to see another engage happening on the bot side here. Thresh is going to put out the lantern, but unable to pick it up. Down goes the Xayah. That's going to be a nice shutdown. 150 gold going over to them as well. They are going to be looking for the Kled. He's going to be remounting, but not in time to reach the Scarl. Mundo going to be picking up that kill.
Yeah, and so we've got a minute on drag, so we're going to be looking for everyone to back and reset to position around this drag that we have spawning. Right now we've got the top lane, or the jungler for Vengeance in the top lane.
Yeah, you're going to have Ravenous Kumquats really trying to get some dragon, get some objectives into this game, and you'll see the slow progression that way into a victory.
Yeah, TP advantage for Vengeance Esports, so we're looking to see them set up around this drag and probably even TP to it, but I believe bot lane has priority on this dragon for right now, but we're seeing a numbers advantage. 5 people for Kumquats move into this dragon area.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the more time it gives the Trundle to get there as well. You do see the 5v4. The Mundo does have TP just in case here. Thresh getting a nice hook onto Jarvan into a 3-man play. They're going to be attacking the Jarvan. Jarvan does go down. Vigar is going to be taking out the Thresh here. Here comes Mundo with the TP in. He's going to be going on to the Kled. Kled does mount onto Scarl there. He is really low. Down goes the Kled. There's the Trundle ulti onto him as well. There, he's going to keep going for more. The Lissandra's going to be seeing if she can land a 3-man stun with her W. Double kill going over to the Trundle there. Xayah going to be picking up some kills, going to be ulting back and going to be feather storming it back in. Gonna get another double kill. Big win on Vengeance, and that's probably going to be a turret into a dragon. Maybe even both. Jarvan going to be saying no to the turret, taking down the shutdown onto her.
Nice cleanup for the Jarvan. Although he has to sacrifice the drag to do it, he probably didn't want the 1v3 anyway.
Oh yeah, that's always a hard call there. They do pick up the Ocean Drag, and we do have a Cloud Soul coming onto the Rift. So let's quickly talk about the soul advantage here. So we do see Vengeance Esports getting the first 2 early dragons here. Do you think that they're going to keep going for soul? Do you think it's beneficial for their team, or do you think that they would rather go for money, go for turrets, and get that early advantage and keep snowballing that way?
Yeah. So usually it's easiest just to go for the soul. Some teams could play towards the top side of the map from here on out, or and have a less priority on dragon and give dragon in order to dominate other areas of the map. Probably in this situation, we're gonna have to see an early dragon soul for the team for Vengeance Esports, and they're gonna look to close out the game pretty swiftly after that soul comes through. So look to see Vengeance Esports prioritize these last 2 dragons, and maybe then set up around Baron and see what they can do. But right now they're in the driver's seat as far as team fight wise, so they'll take any 5v5 that comes their way.
Yeah, and let's talk about who really benefits the soul itself. You know, gives you that extra movement speed after you ulti. And if they get both, they're going to have 20% on their own ultis as well. Who on the side of Vengeance really enjoy that?
Yeah, true. So the movement speed would be great for both the Trundle and the Mundo, being able to get around the map and escape. But we just saw Vigar roast the Lissandra.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk about that one really quick. Sorry about this. You're going to see that the Lissandra got a nice engage onto the Vigar there, getting into his face, but the Trundle was on the other side of the jungle, wasn't quite able to get there in time. She does land a nice ultimate onto him, but Vigar's going to be ulting down onto the Lissandra, completely exploding her away, and then the follow-up from Trundle ending the Vigar's life. Bot lane, you see a lot of fighting as well. You're going to see Scarl going to be going on to the Mundo here, then dismounted once more. Mundo's just going to probably be even looking for a turret dive. Does take out the Scarl. Bot lane, we do see the Xayah be fighting the Leona there. There she goes. The Sivir is really low, but I'm not sure if she's going to fall. If she just runs away right now, she should be safe. Woo! So yeah, let's talk about dragons. Oh wait, never mind. We're fighting more. There's more fighting. It doesn't stop. Vigar's going immediately onto the Xayah there. Is going to try and see if they can explode her. Sivir never actually back. Sivir's in danger. Sivir's in danger. One more auto attack from the Thresh. Down goes Sivir. He's going to try and land the hook. Gets a fillet onto the Vigar. But now we looking topside. The Jarvan does engage onto the Mundo. Does get a turret dive onto him. Double kill going over to the Thresh as well onto the Vigar.
10
Whoa.
HP on the Jarvan.
Okay. Surely we'll have a break right now that we can talk about. Never mind! There's a Kled ultimate coming in! He's gonna be going on to the Lissandra. She does ult herself. I think she's done for. There's no way she can escape. Oh, she does get the flash from Kled, does get the W onto her, and she does escape. Holy moly, the fights all over the map are absolutely nutty.
Yeah, that was a great series of plays, and unfortunately, not the best situation still for the Kumquats here. Vengeance Esports taking the objective on the top side of the map, and looking really strong against in all these fights.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. Too many things happened.
Yeah, so what we're setting up for here soon is going to be the Dragon Soul, and I really feel like that once Vengeance Esports is able to take it, they're going to have even more of an advantage here in this game, to be able to capitalize on their team's map rotations and getting themselves set up in the right spot, long before the Kumquats ever realize what's going on. So uh, yeah, this game is snowballing out of control, and we'll just have to see if the Kumquats can do anything to turn this one around in their favor.
Yeah, you're gonna see all the turrets gonna be kind of falling down almost at the same time. Rift Herald's going down, gonna be taking out the mid turret. Top lane going down as well. A bot lane's pretty low on their turret there, and they're gonna get 2 stacks with the Shelly. Pretty nice. Good, good job on just cracking open the lane, because it's going to be pretty hard for them to crack open anything here. They do have a Jarvan ultimate. It's going to be landing down on 2 people. Viger going to get a nice shutdown onto the Trundle. That's going to be really nice here. We're going to get a GP from the Mundo. They're going to immediately have to disengage this, but Dragon is up. They might just keep it secure, wait for the Trundle to come back alive, and then reassess it. But they have full control of this game and where the lanes are going to be going.
That was a great kill for the Kumquats. We'll have to see what they can make of this advantage with a man down for Vengeance Esports. But as we can see here, the Trundle is making his way fast to the Dragon Pit, and we've got a Thresh Hook on the Leona.
Yeah, there are going to be another re-engage there from the Jarvan. Going to have a nice Leona ultimate onto a couple members of the enemy team. They're going to be the Thresh Q into the E. They are going to make the Jarvan fall. Mundo's coming in from the backline. Does have the ultimate procced over. And now the Kled is going to take out the Thresh. Kled's going to keep going. The Xayah takes out the Vigar. The Mundo takes out the Kled. And the Sivir is in danger. Down goes Sivir. That's a huge win on Vengeance once again.
Yeah, 4 for 2 for Vengeance Esports, and they'll claim this dragon. Yeah, really just blowing this game all the way out.
Yeah, they do get this, puts them on the drag soul, so the cloud soul, and gonna be really hard to. I thought Ocean Soul was gonna be really good on Mundo, but the Cloud Soul is like a second best, absolutely, because you just get your ultimate up more often. So
Yeah, definitely, and it gives you the ability to run away from people.
yeah, very true. You're gonna see the engage going onto the Mundo there. He's gonna be flashing away. It does have the Thresh Hook, flash hook, but there's the Kled. That is a very interesting interaction there, extending the Kled ultimate. I didn't think that could happen. The Mundo does go down. The Thresh is gonna try and land a Q there. The Lissandra does land a nice stun onto the Leona. It gets the ultimate off the Leona as well. I didn't think that could happen. I didn't know you could do that on Kled.
Yeah, that was an awesome interaction. That really worked out for the Kumquats, getting the kill there on the Mundo, and a shutdown, I believe, a 300 gold shutdown for that kill. So hopefully Roscoe will be able to make something of that gold here in the top lane and turn things around. We can see him pre-farming up there, and let's see if he can pressure this tower a little more since there's no objectives on the map, and hopefully we can see the Kumquats set up some kind of play here.
Oh, the Vigar's in danger. Does have a Thresh. Does have a Trundle here. They are going to be choking him down. He's pretty low. Ultimate going down. Ultimate also returning back onto the Trundle. Not enough damage to take him out. Down goes the Vigar. And that's a good pick on Vengeance.
Yeah, great pick for Vengeance. A little over aggressive, trying to keep these waves shoved. Was the Vigar. I mean, he's got TP, so he'll be right back wherever he's going to be needed. But looks like we've got a fight started here in the top lane. Looks like
Good
Lissandra
trade.
solo him out.
Yeah, she's doing a great job at really seeing him down, so he can't really take the turret. Killing off the wave here. She does have her E to get over and closer to him. She's going to try to get the Q off. She does land it, and down goes Kled. Mundo's in the bot lane getting some extra turrets as well, and that's just going to progress the snowball.
Yeah, solo kill for Sovereign, making big plays on the Lissandra. 2, 1, and 10 right now. Got over a 50% kill participation, looking really strong in these fights mechanically and making sure to avoid some of that CC.
Yeah, it should be interesting what we're going to see a couple in the next little bit, because we have Dragon spawning in 2 minutes, but they're probably going to be looking for a potential pick into a Baron, and then they'll transition. They have a game plan in mind, and they have been performing it very well this game on the side of Vengeance Esports. Here, Dex, what do you think's what do we expect going to be happening in the next stages of this game?
Yeah, so I think with Vengeance Esports, we're going to be seeing in the next few minutes setting up vision control in the top side jungle, and we'll see most likely a flanking Lissandra and Mundo. As we see here, the Lantern didn't make it in the pit, but
I don't think that Trundle doesn't even care about this. And he's almost soloed the Jarvan, but the Jarvan does left with his life. The Kled ultimate going down onto the backlines there. They're going to be re-engaging. Does end up picking up the Trundle, but someone's got to go back to stop the Mundo. He's been continuously split pushing this game, getting that XP and that range, and nice rescue, really stopping their backs. And really being like a big annoyance there. You're gonna be getting the Leona actually as well.
He got a friend this time.
He has the Lissandra. There's the Lissandra. She's gonna be trying to get some more damage off of them. The ultimate going down on the Vygar. Huge damage onto Lissandra, but not gonna be enough to take her out. And pushing after they've just been pushing, slowly cracking open this base, and it's been working. They have Dragon spawning in about 20 seconds. So after they get the soul here, it's going to be really hard for Ravenous Kumquats to answer.
Looks like Vengeance Esports is just prioritizing this dragon. They want to get it. They want this soul to be under their belts. They're not too much worried about Baron control right now. They just want to get this soul and move on with the rest of the game.
Yeah, and on the side of Ravenous Kumquats, they might just look for the Baron here while they quickly take the Cloud, but they're going to be starting it.
Look at that!
But they're coming. They're coming over.
Vengeance Esports is flying to the Baron pit. They are not playing around.
Yeah, they have to stop them from taking Baron, and a good call to disengage there, but it's so hard on the side of Ravenous Kumquats to answer. They have to get a steal. They have to do something risky. They got to make a play somehow, somewhere across the map. It has to be done. And it's so hard for them to even contest the Baron in the first place. So you see them slowly chipping away at it. And then Mundo and Thresher on Jarvan duty. They're going to keep the DPS going. Kled's just kind of farming up in the bot lane, trying to get some extra money onto the side of into their pockets there with some turrets. But down goes.
Yeah, the Xayah did like 700 with her pullback for the smite.
Yeah. Jeez. And Kled's going to keep the push going. Sever's going to try and play safe, try and get a red buff, but it's not going to be enough to really stop them. This is going to be probably endgaming for the side of Vengeance. They have everything that they need. They have all the tools that they wanted, and now they're going to be looking for an endgame situation.
Yeah, so really just looking to get on this Xayah. I know it's going to be tricky. Both sums up for the Xayah player, and yeah, not a lot of room left for the Kumquats to navigate this map, and so we're going to see a 5-on-5 probably under one of these towers, and hopefully, as long as they can get onto the Xayah, a clean engage, Mike can wipe her off the map. But that's going to be really the only hope for the Kumquats here.
Yeah, so you do see that they're going to be doing the 4-1 split. You need someone to be able to match with the Mundo, but right now he's so large that it's really hard for any of the members. Vygar doesn't do enough damage. I don't think Kled can really out-trade him anymore. Thresh and Q going down onto Leona, getting the pick that they wanted, and they're going to be cracking open the base with this. So they have the four members in the mid lane. Kled has to come back and respond to this. They have to take an inhibitor, and it was hard for them to crack open the base, but they got that pick. They were able to really fortify the victory this way. They're going to get another turret, potentially another pick here into another inhibitor, and they have to do something to stop the bleeding here. Ravenous Kumquats have to do something to stop the onslaught, what's happening inside their base. And you're probably going to see an engage coming in very soon because Vengeance Esports are looking to endgame. And he found this Sivir with the hook, but just deletes him underneath both turrets there. And then the Jarvan falls to the Mundo there, and now they're going to be looking onto Veigar. Down goes Veigar to Lissandra. Down goes Leona to Trundle, and the Kled is in danger. He does fall as well. The Trundle still wants more. He wants blood. He's going to be trying to see if he can pick up the Sivir. Here goes Lissandra trying to pick her up as well into the queue, but it's a little bit too late here. Darkful kill going over to Lissandra. GG, good game. Vengeance Esports taking the win.
Yeah, GG Vengeance Esports 2-0 this time around. Great games and great team play by Vengeance Esports, getting the Dragon Soul by 25 minutes and ending the game in less than 30 minutes. What a great game by Vengeance Esports.
Yeah, very well said. Now, Dex, give me your insights of the MVP and ace of this game.
So the MVP has to go between either Trundle or Zaya, and I feel like I have to give it to Trundle just because, before the game we talked about the win condition for Vengeance Esports, and it was definitely going to be that Zaya get ahead of this Sivir and win lane and convert that into objective controls, and because of this Trundle's early two ganks. That happened, and was able to get a kill onto the Zaya there very, very early in the game, within the first 10 minutes. And we were able to translate that into objective control. So Sapper Squad, the jungler for Vengeance Esports, I believe is the MVP for this one. 4 drags in 25 minutes, some great gain spot side.
Yeah, and as for ace, who do you think?
Yeah, so the ace for the Kumquats, it looked like Veigar in both games was pretty solid. He was putting out some high DPS. It looked like he had some critical timings on the Veigar wall that helped stop some of the engages in both games. But yeah, the consistent DPS coming from the mid laner was definitely he put on a great showing in both the games.
Very well said, and I completely agree with you here, Dex. This was our final match of the day here, folks. Was a lot of fun casting with you, and once again, I would like to thank the CasualEAL community, everyone in chat here, and as well as my producer and fellow caster today. Dex, any final words before we close off the stream?
Yeah, so I was glad to be a part of these awesome games and getting to cast, and I hope that I get to cast with Casual Esports in the future. It's been a pleasure playing and casting alongside of a lot of the members in this community, and so yeah, just keep being awesome, and we'll keep being awesome. GG.
GG. We'll see you later, folks.